Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit and another episode of What Are We Eating? A couple months ago, I tried Bombay Bad Boys hot curry pot noodles for the first time. And to be perfectly honest, I wasn't crazy about them. They didn't have a lot of flavor, they didn't have a lot of broth like normal ramen noodles, and they never tasted fully cooked even after microwaving for a little bit longer. But I was informed by you, the people, that I added too much water and that the hot curry pot noodles weren't a good one to begin with. Several people recommended that I try another flavor with less water. So that's what I'm going to do. This time, I'm going to try Bombay Bad Boys Brazilian barbecue steak flavored pot noodles, which are noodles in a pepper steak flavored sauce and a sachet of barbecue sauce. So let's do what we do and go over the information on the bowl before we open it up. And for the ingredients, and just like the hot curry pot noodles, there aren't a whole lot of ingredients. And nothing really stands out to be really bad for us. But like I said before, I'm no expert, so if I miss something that's bad for us, let me know in the comments. Now for the nutrition facts. And I'm not really sure why they do it, but they did it on the hot curry pot noodles as well. They list the nutrition facts twice. Maybe it's there just to simply take up space. For the whole container of pot noodles, seasoning, and barbecue sauce, there's 433 calories, 16 grams of total fat, 7.9 grams of saturated fat, 61 grams of carbohydrates, 7.3 grams of sugars, 3.7 grams of fiber, 10 grams of protein, and 1.3 grams of salt, which comes out to be 504 milligrams of sodium, which is a very low amount of sodium compared to most instant noodles. These pot noodles have a really short shelf life at just under a year, unless these are old and have been sitting around for a long time. Now the instructions say to rip off the lid and whip out the sachet. And then add boiling water to the fill level, which is where I went wrong last time. I filled it to the second line and you're supposed to stop at the first line. So let's rip off the lid.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Thank you very much, Sheriff Bart. This is the barbecue sauce that you're supposed to add. See, it says so right there. Add some barbecue sauce. It'll help you do the flavor. See, it says so right there again. Now this is where I went wrong the last time. I added water all the way to the second line, and you're only supposed to add it to the first line. So I added boiling water to the first line. See, I did it right this time, so there's no excuses. If I don't like it this time, I just don't like it. And I got all the boiling water in the bowl this time. Most of the time, I get it all over the table. Now leave it alone for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, give it a good mix. And then let it sit for another 2 minutes. After sitting in the boiling water for a total of 4 minutes, add the barbecue sauce. I tasted some of the barbecue sauce off my finger, which isn't a bad thing because I love hoisin sauce. Now give it a good mix until everything's well combined. And once again, just like with the hot curry pot noodles, there isn't really a whole lot of broth. But it definitely looked a lot saucier with less water. So I took my first bite, and once again, the noodles don't seem to be cooked. I did the directions exactly as it said. So maybe leaving the lid off is a bad idea. These definitely had a little bit more flavor than the hot curry pot noodles, but not a lot. They're still pretty bland. And the longer they sat, the starchier the sauce or the broth got, whatever you want to call it. It almost tastes like concentrated pasta water. After a couple bites, I realized I'm not a Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle fan. These aren't horrible, but I wouldn't really say they're good either. I think it's just one of those things you either love it or you hate it. I didn't even think the hot curry pot noodles were worth rating. But I guess if I had to rate this one, I'd give it a 2 out of 10. I'd actually much prefer a 25-cent pack of ramen. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you do not give these a try. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.